17 of our 33 days to morning glory, and what we're focusing on here is Saint Mother Teresa and her visions in 1947. And these visions basically surround her with the Immaculate Conception, with the Blessed Mother and Jesus, and kind of pushing her towards or urging her towards Jesus and listening to Jesus. What's amazing about these particular stories of Saint Mother Teresa is one, that she kind of kept it at first and she wasn't sure about how to relay it. But this, I think, helps us understand as well that for most of the visions, in this case, it was Mary supporting, being there as a support for Saint Mother Teresa. It was less about, worshiping Mary or putting Mary above anyone, but instead it was more about how does Mary be there constantly supporting Mother Teresa, supporting us, and allowing us to bring Christ to people, to bring people to Christ. So it's a little bit of a different twist in I guess the visions and in understanding where we are. But I think the takeaway here is that Mary is always supporting, right? And that's important, that Mary does lead us to Christ. In this and related to the morning reflection, I do have to just talk about dreams for a minute and visions. And I in no way want this to stop anything that's going on currently. There are a lot of folks, and praise God, who certainly in this moment of grief have dreams of Donna, my beloved, my wife. And in the beginning, I didn't have any dreams of Donna at all. My memory, actually, I couldn't remember my dreams at all. I've been tracking my sleep. I am getting back into a REM cycle, so I now am dreaming. But one of the things I notice is that I still haven't had these dreams, I guess, these vivid dreams that people are having of Donna, where Donna approaches them and she talks to them and has a certain message. And it's weird that when you're in grief, you're not quite sure, I guess. I'm very happy for people to have these visions. And like I said, this is all about just being honest, because yesterday and today have just been a rough day for me emotionally. But I'm happy for people, and at the same time, I'm almost a little jealous. Like, well, how come somebody gets a dream of Donna? I just want to equate that back to these visions of Mama Mary. Donna, for example, had a vision of Mama Mary before and had a vision of Jesus. She was in a prayer, and she saw Mama Mary surrounding everybody in the room and filling everybody with the Lord's grace. And this was a couple years ago, and she was just crying. She said it was so beautiful, and that Jesus was there, and that Jesus really wanted to let everyone know how much he loved them and that he was calling them. I've never received any kind of visions of Mary or Jesus in that sense. I've received a lot of wisdom, revelations, but never in the sense of a vision or a dream. And that's not the way that God communicates with everyone. I mean, even the apparitions, the apparitions, like the Marian visions of where she shows up, they're not always to everyone. If you look at Our Lady of Fatima, for example, and the day that the sun danced, and it was going all around, the last showing of Mary, it was raining, the sun started moving around, started coming closer, and the three children still saw Our Lady of Fatima, still saw Mary, but everyone else just saw that sun, and then all of a sudden it was back to normal, and everything was dry, like there was no rain. It's interesting because not everybody gets that same vision, but it doesn't make it any less true. And so when we are dreaming or we have visions of people or Mary or Jesus, even in the grieving stage, even though I might have a little bit of envy, I don't know if that's the right way to call it, but I wish I had a lot more of that interaction, I guess, in a dream state. It doesn't make anything less or anything more for the person that's in grief. So I just wanted to share with you, because in this morning reflection, there's just a lot of things that will pop up that are just raw. And this really has just been an opportunity for me to just open myself, right? To just tell people, tell myself, in a sense, the words that are coming out. And there's just been something lately, whether it's because I have to make decisions without Donna, or if it's because it's just becoming more and more apparent that she's not coming back. There's no trading in, right? Um, and then at the same time, it also feels like the world's just moving so much faster than me. I'm not quite fully up to speed. I'm trying. I'm not forcing myself, but you want to try. But I don't know. It's like if you were out in the water and the current's just flowing past you, and you go to reach your hand out in the current and it's just too fast, and so you kind of just have to pull back in, and you have to sit in that boat, I don't know, a kayak or whatever it is. The current's just too fast for me to dive right in right now, and that's okay. This is part of the grieving process, so I'm not looking for any kind of special sympathy. I want to share, I guess, the opportunity for you. It's like joining groups right now. If I join a married group, does it make you feel like I'm either a third wheel to the group? Of course not. I know that. Does it make it feel like it's going to remind me that I don't have Donna? Of course it will. But if I join a group of say just men, or just certain individuals, does that feel like I'm even more accepting my situation? It does. It's a confusing state of being. Mourning. Um, I don't know. Really mixed up today. Today is about, like I said, the visions of 1947. I just want to tie a little bit more into mourning and how I'm feeling and where I am today, so that you've got that as well. So pray for me. I am praying for you. Um, just pray for the strength and a deeper understanding of where God is calling us, and especially during these 33 days as we prepare to come closer to Him and we prepare for Easter, this Lenten season we're in. Yeah, let's get there, and we will. God bless.